If you're the owner of a Hyundai, Kia, or Genesis EV and have tried using a Tesla Supercharger to charge your car, you may have experienced this issue where at some point in your charging session, it just completely fails. You get a warning through the Tesla app saying charging is stopped and your charging session ends. This has happened to me personally twice now. The first time was when I raced Jordan from out of spec at a Tesla Supercharger against his Model 3. About halfway through the charging session, mine just completely stopped. Luckily, I was able to get it started within about 30 seconds and ultimately ended up beating his Model 3 from 10 to 80%. That was at a version 3 supercharger at a Buc-ee's out in Colorado. The second time was here in New England at a version 4 dispenser. And that just happened within like the first 30 seconds of starting the charging session. Both of those times were in January, and I haven't tried using a Tesla Supercharger since. Now, I reported this to Hyundai back in January after the second incident. They asked for some more information about where they happened and what exactly the situation was, and I told them, and I haven't heard anything since. So yesterday, I decided to reach back out to Hyundai and ask them what's going on with that, because for Kia EV9 owners, there has already been a technical service bulletin released to address this issue. It was called Rear Motor Control Unit Software Upgrade, and it specifically says this bulletin provides information to upgrade the rear motor control unit, which may unexpectedly end an EV charging session when using a Tesla Supercharger station due to signal interference with the vehicle's inverter. And that was an update that you could go into the dealership or you could just receive it over the air and install it yourself. If you own an EV9 specifically, let us know down in the comment section how using superchargers has gone for you. And I realize the Tesla Supercharger network technically isn't open to you guys yet, but it seems like EV9 can currently use them with your own adapter or with a Magic Dock. So I did conduct a poll today to see what percentage of people have experienced this. So it does seem to be happening to a decent percentage of owners. So now that the free NACS adapter has gone out to most owners of Hyundai vehicles, they're going to start going out, they're going to start using superchargers, especially now that we're getting into the busy summer travel season, and they're going to start experiencing this in much greater numbers. So that's kind of what made me want to follow up with Hyundai and find out what their response would be. So I did mention all this to them, and their response is as follows. We are aware of a rare issue that can result in an unsuccessful charging session when our vehicles are hooked up to select superchargers. Hyundai engineers are working with our charging partner to deploy a fix as soon as possible. We continue to work to improve and optimize our customers' charging experiences. Now, I'm assuming when they say working with their charging partner, they mean specifically Tesla. With wet spring weather well on its way, now is a great time to purchase some all-weather floor mats from today's sponsor, Ioniq. Ioniq is a Maryland-based company selling high-quality, laser-measured floor mats at a great price. They're made from TPE, which is a mixture of rubber and plastic, so they offer traction and flexibility as well as strength when you need to remove them, so you're not going to dump their contents all over your floor. If you've ever owned floor mats from, say, WeatherTech, then you know those are made from a much harder material that tends to warp over time. Not with Ioniq. They also feature a simple and classy looking pattern with a lip around the entire footwell so liquids won't spread around and get on your carpeting. I've been using their front and rear floor mats as well as trunk and rear seat liners for over a year now, and they've held up admirably. So these floor mats have gotten the Ioniq Guy seal of approval, and when anybody asks which floor mats to buy, I always recommend Ioniq. Available on their website or Amazon through the links in the description. I know a lot of people are excited to have Tesla Superchargers as an option now, but with this issue still happening, I would really just suggest finding an alternate charging station. There's never been a better time to charge publicly in the United States. There are so many fast chargers now. I understand there's deserts, but for the most part, the country is covered in DC fast chargers that can output full charging speed to the car, not just 125 kilowatts with a 2025 Ioniq 5 or 97 kilowatts with a previous version Ioniq 5 or Ioniq 6. Now, back in February, Inside EVs interviewed one of the engineers tasked with integrating superchargers to work with Hyundai's products. His name is Karl Hladnik, and he is quoted in this article from Inside EVs as saying, Hyundai expects to release an over-the-air update in the coming months that will improve charging speeds and times on the Tesla network. Official timing on that has not been released yet, but I'd say it's going to be faster than a year. Now, I don't know if he's referring only to 2025 Ioniq 5 or previous versions of Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6, but I imagine this update will likely contain this fix for Tesla Superchargers, hopefully. And of course, this is a temporary issue because Tesla has committed to upgrading their version 3 Superchargers to version 4, which support up to 1,000 volts, which means the Ioniq 5 will be able to charge at full speed at their network. But who knows when that will happen, considering Tesla's Cybertruck is kind of being viewed as a failure and it is their only high voltage vehicle right now. So they might not be in a big hurry now, but their network is open to basically all manufacturers now, many of which who are high voltage. So if you are planning on using Tesla Superchargers for road tripping this summer, my advice would be to watch that Tesla app very closely. If you're parking and you're planning to go get some food, to use the bathroom or something, there's a good possibility that you could get back to your car and it could have stopped charging 30 seconds after you walked away, and you could be sitting there for another half an hour. And if you can use another network that supports high voltage, that would be my best recommendation. And while we're talking about Tesla charging, if you are going to a hotel or a restaurant or whatever that has a Tesla destination charger, you have to be aware that that might not work with your car if you have a NACS charge port or if you have a J1772 adapter. The owner-operator of the Tesla destination charger has to enable access to other EVs beyond Tesla, and they might not have done that. I experienced that at the hotel I stayed at on my way back from Colorado to Boston with my Ioniq 5. Kind of caught me off guard. I didn't even think about it, but luckily they had a J1772 charger on site, and I could just use the adapter that came with the car. And while I mention adapters, be sure to check out my video where I talk about adapters for the 2025 Ioniq 5. I'm still seeing a ton of confusion about how to use these adapters and which one is for which type of charging. I will have a link above where you can click and watch that. It's going to be really helpful if you're new to this car. So anyway, I just wanted to get that information out there for you guys. They are working on it. Hopefully the fix comes sooner rather than later. I will definitely let you guys know when the fix is available. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Check out my store at ioniqguy.com for accessories for your Hyundai, Kia, or Genesis EV. Consider becoming a channel member for as little as 99 cents per month. For $3 per month, you can gain early access to my videos as well as a 5% discount to my store. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.